Hi, my name is Caleb and I'm from Ohio. My brother Joshua and I are twin brothers. Now, usually twins are identical, but we're not. We're both 16 years old and we're born 5 minutes apart. I'm the younger twin. For the most part, Josh and I have a lot in common, but one big factor that sets us apart: Josh weighs 300 pounds, which is a lot if you think about it. If you subtracted my weight from his, you would have enough left over to make another 1.5 of me. Anyway, it wasn't always this way. In fact, when we were little, it was tough to tell who was who between us if you weren't staring at us right in the face. We never used to have two separate wardrobes, just one big closet with duplicates. We always dressed identically. It was so much fun pretending to be each other without someone finding out. I always used to think the worst thing ever was not being identical twins and being unable to pretend to be the other without another person realizing it. But as it goes, it turns out that wasn't the worst thing. The worst thing is when the person you once shared a womb with has to go through something genetically that you just don't have to. See, a few years ago, my brother developed a medical condition that caused him to put on a lot of weight. And to make matters worse, the side effects of the medication that the doctors put him on also caused him to gain weight. So even if he ate super healthy, like only green veggies and tofu, or if he was put on extreme diets, he would still keep getting fatter. Whereas I, on the other hand, could scarf down 2 cheeseburgers, a large soda, large fries, and a banana split for dessert, and still weigh the exact same as I did before. He had to get a special bed and mattress suited to him. He got the larger bedroom. Special meals with exotic, healthy ingredients were made for him, while the rest of us mostly ate frozen or ready-to-eat packaged meals. Our wardrobes also split. Now we could no longer trick other people into guessing who was who. Josh had to have clothes specially tailored for his dimensions, which cost a lot of money, so Mom always went shopping for me from secondhand thrift stores. And let me tell you, some of those clothes were musty. Even though I love my brother, sometimes it got really hard to be twins with someone other children made fun of. I felt anger the first time they called him names. Wide load! Beached whale! Cannonball! I absolutely refused to go anywhere or do anything without my twin brother. But over time, as we became teens, I started to feel embarrassed by him. That's when we stopped talking. Well, we didn't stop talking, but there was mostly only silence between us when we were together. We stopped really talking to each other, like from the heart. I stopped staying indoors with him so that he could have someone to play video games with all day and night, and started to get into sports with the other boys in our grade. When it was time to try out for the high school soccer team, something that Josh and I had dreamed of doing together for years, I wasn't quite sure about what I should do. Should I give up on something that I've wanted since childhood so that Josh's feelings don't get hurt? Hey, Josh, I was wondering if I should try out for the soccer team. What do you think? Is that cool with you? I know it's something that we'd planned to do together. Of course, you should. Don't worry about me. I really hope you get in. I remember how sad he looked when I brought that up. I made it to the team and invited Josh to see me play, but since it was hard for him to physically get to the football games, he eventually stopped coming to cheer for me, which made me really sad. Our parents also chose to stay back with Josh because they felt like he needed special care from them at times like these. Mom and Dad started to focus all their attention on Joshua, and it made me feel so lonely. Whenever I voiced my feelings to Mom, she would lecture me. Mom would say, "Remember, your brother is going through something. He's been having a hard time his whole life. It's time you matured and became more understanding. Show him the support he needs instead of whining about how hard you think your life is." But I was being as understanding as I could be. It's like I almost didn't even exist in my own house to my own family. One time we had guests over, and Mom introduced Joshua to her friends, and they had a whole discussion about his condition and were sharing diet recommendations. I was sitting right there, but the entire time, no one noticed me or tried to converse with me. That's how much I meant to them. But then, one day, something terrible happened that changed my whole outlook toward my twin brother. We had lost an important soccer match earlier that day, and I had an important math test tomorrow. I was so exhausted and frustrated when suddenly Josh came into my room. "Hey, Caleb. I was wondering if you're headed downstairs. Could you grab me a snack?" I don't know what got into me. Maybe it was just everything that was happening to me that day. I was so frustrated that he had a better room with a better bed and got special food, special clothes, and undivided love and attention from our parents that I ended up blurting out something horribly mean to my twin brother. "Really? You want me to go get you a snack?" "Well, why not? It's not like I have any importance in this family. I'm always going to be at your beck and call. That's the only value I have left." "Well, guess what? Mom and Dad only love you because you're so huge and fat." In that moment, I kind of felt like I had served him right. But then I heard a horrible sound. No! Josh had slipped on one of the football shoes that I'd left lying around near the staircase. He fell down the stairs. I quickly ran to him. He was laying on the floor, half conscious, barely able to speak. Mom and Dad weren't home, and I didn't know what to do in this situation, so I called 911 immediately. They got home quickly and put him onto a gurney and into the ambulance. That's when I heard one of the guys say something that really got on my nerve. "Well, well, well, it isn't every day that you get 3 for the price of 1. I got so mad, I ran up and yelled in his face. "Do you even know what you're talking about? That's my brother, and he has a severe medical condition. You work with a hospital. You ought to know better about the seriousness of disorders than simply finding it a source of humor. Shame on you." Okay, I'm sorry. It won't happen again." He kept apologizing profusely, but I didn't care. I looked over at Josh, who was in a lot of pain, but as they closed the ambulance door, he grinned at me, and I knew it would all be okay. Our twin powers were back. Luckily, Josh wasn't hurt too badly. He recovered from his injuries in a few days, and we spent almost every day together after that incident. Mom and Dad were happy to see us enjoy each other's company again. We felt more like a family than ever before. No matter what other people said or did, we were twins for life. Or as Josh liked to joke, triplets forever. I love my brother. If you enjoyed this video, do share it with someone who's going through a rough time over something they can't do anything about. And like this video if you think family should always come first.